Welcome to Iconic Patented Toys. Volume 1 includes patent illustrations and summaries for 20 famous toy patents. Let's begin. Barbie, introduced in 1959 by Mattel co-founder Ruth Handler, transformed the doll market by letting girls imagine themselves in adult roles. Inspired by her daughter Barbara and the German Bild Lilly doll, Barbie debuted at the New York Toy Fair in a striped swimsuit and quickly became a fashion and cultural icon. Over 6 decades, she's had 200-plus careers, embraced diverse body types, ethnicities, and abilities, and inspired art, music, and social commentary. Despite debates over body image, Barbie remains beloved, evolving through lines like fashionistas to reflect real-world diversity. Her legacy mirrors societal change and continues to promote the idea that girls can be anything. Battleship, a classic naval warfare game, began as a pencil and paper pastime during World War I. Players secretly placed ships on drawn grids, calling out coordinates to score hits until one fleet was sunk. First sold commercially in 1931 as Salvo, the game evolved through multiple versions. In 1967, Milton Bradley revolutionized it with plastic boards and pegs, boosting popularity. Over time, Battleship expanded into electronic, themed, and digital editions, even inspiring a film. Today, Battleship remains a beloved game for players of all ages, offering a blend of strategy, luck, and suspense. Its history from a simple pastime to a global phenomenon showcases the timeless appeal of strategic battle games in the world of entertainment. The Little Tikes Cozy Coupe was designed in 1979 by Jim Mariel, an industrial designer from Cincinnati, Ohio, who had previously worked in the automotive industry. Mariel's transition from designing full-sized cars to a children's toy car was driven by his ambition to create a playful and durable product that could ignite young imaginations. Released in 1980, its bright red and yellow, foot-powered design, with high seatback, rear storage, and durable build, quickly became a hit. Encouraging active play, it dominated playgrounds through the 80s and 90s, even outselling the Ford Taurus in 1991. Updated over time with themed versions and safety improvements, the Cozy Coupe remains a beloved classic, sparking imagination for generations. The Easy Bake Oven, introduced by Kenner in 1963, became an instant hit by letting kids safely bake real treats with two 100-watt light bulbs. Styled like kitchen appliances of the era, it came with mixes and pans, sparking creativity and independence. Over the years, the Easy Bake Oven underwent redesigns to reflect changes in home decor trends and safety standards. The original model, which resembled a conventional oven, transformed through various iterations, including models that look like microwaves in the 1980s and more modern kitchen appliances in the 1990s and 2000s. Now owned by Hasbro, it has sold millions, inspired competitions, and earned a spot in the National Toy Hall of Fame, remaining a beloved classic for over 60 years. The Erector set, invented in 1913 by Yale medical student and Olympic pole vaulter A.C. Gilbert, was inspired by steel construction frameworks. Marketed as the Misto Erector Structural Steel Builder, it let children create everything from bridges to working cranes using metal beams, gears, and bolts, later enhanced with electric motors. Promoted as a tool to build problem-solving skills and spark interest in engineering, it became a staple in American homes through the 1920s to 30s. Many future engineers credit it as an early influence. Inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 1998, the Erector set remains a symbol of hands-on learning, evolving while preserving Gilbert's vision of inspiring creativity through construction. The Etch-a-Sketch, with its red frame, gray screen, and dual white knobs, has inspired creativity for over 60 years. Invented in the late 1950s by French electrician André Cassagnès, it was based on his discovery that a stylus could make marks on aluminum powder. Originally called L'Écran Magique, it caught the eye of the Ohio Art Company at the 1959 Nuremberg Toy Fair. Launched in the U.S. in 1960, it became an instant hit. Users control horizontal and vertical lines with the knobs, shaking to erase for a fresh start. Etch-a-Sketch has seen various editions, even digital adaptations, but the original design remains largely unchanged, celebrated as both a nostalgic toy and an artistic medium that blends simplicity, challenge, and imagination. The Frisbee, an iconic flying disc, began with college students tossing pie tins from the Frisbee Baking Company in Connecticut, shouting "Frisbee" as they played. In 1948, Walter Morrison and Warren Francione created a plastic version called the Flying Saucer, later improved and sold to Wham-O in 1955 as the Pluto Platter. Wham-O's co-founders, Richard Nur and Arthur Spud Meelan, renamed the toy once again in 1957, drawing inspiration from the original Python's heritage. They coined the name Frisbee, tweaking the spelling to avoid trademark issues and sparking worldwide popularity. With variations from glow-in-the-dark to aerodynamic models, the Frisbee remains a global symbol of leisure, creativity, and connection. Introduced by Hasbro in 1964, G.I. Joe was the first action figure, created to appeal to boys in the same way dolls did for girls. Standing 12 inches tall, the original G.I. Joe featured realistic uniforms, weapons, and accessories representing the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. The term action figure was coined to avoid calling it a doll. In the 1970s, amid anti-war sentiment, Hasbro shifted focus to adventure themes. The 1980s brought a new 3.75-inch G.I. Joe line with vehicles playsets and an expanded storyline boosted by a comic book series and animated TV show. Over decades, G.I. Joe evolved multiple sizes, designs, and reissues, cementing its place as an enduring pop culture icon and a symbol of American heroism and imagination. Howdy Doody, the freckle-faced, red-haired cowboy marionette, starred in The Howdy Doody Show, a groundbreaking children's TV program airing from 1947 to 1960. Created by E. Roger Muir and hosted by Buffalo Bob Smith, who also voiced Howdy. The show blended live action, puppetry, and segments that entertained and educated a generation of children. Set in Doodyville, it featured beloved characters like Clarabelle the Clown and Chief Thunderthud, with a live peanut gallery of kids. As one of the first color broadcasts aired 5 days a week, it became a cultural icon of post-war America. Even after its finale, Howdy's influence endured through revivals, pop culture references, and collector demand, symbolizing the creativity and innocence of early television. The hula hoop, though popularized in 1958 by Wham-O founders Richard Knurr and Arthur Spud Meelan, has roots dating back centuries, with hoops made from natural materials used by ancient Greeks, Native Americans, and others for exercise and ceremonies. Wham-O's colorful plastic version, named for its resemblance to Hawaiian hula dance hip movements, became an instant sensation, selling millions within months. While the U.S. craze faded by the 1960s, innovations like glow-in-the-dark, noise-making, and weighted hoops kept it alive. In modern times, hooping has seen revivals as fitness, dance, and performance art. Simple yet captivating, the hula hoop endures as a cultural icon of movement, fun, and connection across generations. The Koosh Ball, introduced by Hasbro's Odds-On products in 1987, became an instant hit with its soft, rubbery strands and easy-to-grip design. Invented by Scott Stillinger, the toy was born from his desire to create a ball his young children could catch without frustration. Made of hundreds of stretchy rubber filaments radiating from a soft core, the Koosh was safe for indoor play and satisfying to squeeze, toss, and catch. Its tactile feel and bright colors appealed to kids and adults alike, spawning a craze in the late 80s and 90s. Over time, Koosh expanded into themed versions, licensed characters, and even sports sets, maintaining its reputation as a simple, fun, and oddly addictive toy that blends sensory play with active fun. Lawn darts, also known as jarts, emerged in the mid-20th century as an outdoor game where players tossed large, weighted darts toward a target ring on the ground. Popular in the 1960s to 1980s, the game appealed for its blend of skill and casual backyard fun. However, the sharp metal tips posed serious safety hazards, leading to injuries and several fatalities. After mounting public concern and a U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission ban, in 1988, traditional lawn darts were removed from the market. Safer, blunt-tipped versions were later introduced, keeping the spirit of the game alive while eliminating its dangers. Today, original metal-tipped sets are collector's items, remembered as a nostalgic pastime and a cautionary tale in toy safety. Lego began in 1932 in Billund, Denmark, when Ole Kirk Christensen, a carpenter, made wooden toys. Named from the Danish leg god, and play well, the company shifted to plastic in 1947, debuting the modern interlocking brick in 1958, a design still compatible today. Wheels in the 1960s and minifigures in the 1970s expanded play, while themes like city, space, and licensed sets such as Star Wars fueled growth. LEGO Technic, Mindstorms, and Boost brought advanced engineering and robotics to builders of all ages. LEGO has thrived through innovation, becoming a global icon used for play, education, and creative expression. The enduring popularity of LEGO bricks, with their simple yet limitless possibilities, inspires generations to play well. Lincoln Logs, introduced in 1916 by John Lloyd Wright, son of famed architect Frank Lloyd Wright, are a classic American construction toy of notched miniature logs for building cabins and frontier-style structures. Inspired by the interlocking beam design of Tokyo's earthquake-resistant Imperial Hotel and named after Abraham Lincoln, they evoked pioneer spirit and humble beginnings. Originally made of redwood, later versions used other woods and some plastic, though the wooden sets remain most loved. Praised for sparking creativity, motor skills, and imaginative play, Lincoln Logs became a staple for generations and earned a place in the National Toy Hall of Fame, enduring as a symbol of hands-on building and nostalgic Americana. Light Bright, introduced by Hasbro in 1967, became a beloved toy that let children draw with light. Using a light box with a black paper screen, kids inserted small, colored plastic pegs that glowed when the internal bulb shone through, creating vibrant pictures. Pre-printed templates guided beginners, while blank sheets encouraged freeform designs. Its simple yet captivating mix of art and illumination made it a hit through the 70s and 80s, spawning themed sets and licensed character templates. Later versions replaced the incandescent bulb with LEDs, added flat-screen designs, and incorporated digital play. Inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame in 2022, Light Bright remains an enduring symbol of creativity, blending nostalgia with hands-on fun. The Magic 8-Ball, created in the 1940s by Albert C. Carter and Abe Bookman of Cincinnati, began as Carter's psycho-seer, inspired by his clairvoyant mother's spirit-writing device. Originally a liquid-filled cylinder revealing answers through a window, it was later redesigned into the iconic black billiard ball shape. The Magic 8-Ball breakthrough came when it was marketed as a novelty toy rather than a mystical tool. Its answers, ranging from affirmative to non-committal to negative, have provided entertainment and provoked thought among users, making it a perennial favorite among toys designed to predict the future. It became a pop culture icon, appearing in films and TV, and remains a playful symbol of curiosity and fortune-telling fun. Monopoly's roots trace to 1903, when Lizzie Meday created the landlord's game to teach the dangers of monopolies and promote Henry George's tax theories. In the 1930s, Charles Darrow created a variant, adapted it to focus on wealth building, renamed it Monopoly, and sold it to Parker Brothers in 1935, becoming the first millionaire game designer. Parker Brothers later bought Magie's patent rights. With its property trading, houses, hotels, and iconic tokens, Monopoly became a Depression-era hit and evolved into countless editions. Though criticized for celebrating cutthroat capitalism, opposite Magie's intent, it remains a global cultural icon, used for both entertainment and teaching economics, and continues to engage generations of players. Mousetrap, released by Ideal Toy Company in 1963, was one of the first mass-market board games to feature a fully three-dimensional working contraption as part of its play. Designed by Marvin Glass and Associates, it combined traditional turn-based movement with the fun of building a Rube Goldberg-style machine piece by piece during the game. Players worked together to assemble the plastic parts, cranks, gears, chutes, and a diving man, before turning competitive, aiming to trap opponents' mice under the iconic cage. The game's mix of construction, anticipation, and slapstick payoff made it a classic. Now produced by Hasbro, Mousetrap has gone through design updates, but remains a blend of creativity, strategy, and chaotic fun for generations. Nerf blasters evolved from the original Nerf ball introduced by Parker Brothers in 1969 as the world's first indoor ball. In 1989, the brand expanded into dart-firing toys with the Nerf Blast-A-Ball, followed by the Sharpshooter in 1992, the first true pistol-style blaster. Known for their safety, bright colors, and soft foam ammo, Nerf blasters quickly became a hit with kids and teens. Through the 2000s, under Hasbro, the line expanded into themed series like N-Strike, Elite, Mega, and Rival, featuring greater range, accuracy, and even motorized firing. Licensed tie-ins with video games, movies, and TV shows broadened appeal. Today, Nerf blasters remain a global icon of imaginative play, blending toy innovation with friendly competition. Operation, released by Milton Bradley in 1965, was invented by University of Illinois industrial design student John Spinello. The idea evolved from a prototype called Death Valley, which he sold to a toy designer for $500 and no royalties. The game challenges players to use tweezers to remove whimsical ailments, like Wishbone and Funnybone, from cartoon patient Cavity Sam without touching the metal edges, which triggers a buzzer and lights his red nose. Its mix of steady hand skill, humor, and tension made it a hit with kids and families. Over the decades, Operation has seen themed editions, electronic updates, and licensed versions. Yet its core gameplay remains unchanged, cementing it as a classic test of dexterity and patience. Thanks for watching. 20 more toys are showcased in Volume 2.